Tuesday, 9 a.m. by Denver Butson. A man standing at the bus stop, reading the newspaper, is on fire. Flames are peeking out from beneath his collar and cuffs. His shoes have begun to melt. The woman next to him wants to mention it to him, that he is burning, but she is drowning. Water is everywhere. In her mouth and ears, in her eyes, a stream of water runs steadily from her blouse. Another woman stands at the bus stop, freezing to death. She tries to stand near the man who is on fire, to try to melt the icicles that have formed on her eyelashes and on her nostrils, to stop her teeth long enough from chattering, to say something to the woman who is drowning. But the woman who is freezing to death has trouble moving, with blocks of ice on her feet. It takes the three some time to board the bus, what with the flames and water and ice. But when they finally climb the stairs and take their seats, the driver doesn't even notice that none of them has paid, because he is tortured by visions and is wondering if the man who got off at the last stop was really being mauled to death by wild dogs. In this poem by Denver Butson, an individual's tendency to endure struggles alone on a day-to-day basis is highlighted, or, in other words, an individual's tendency to suffer in silence. Butson's characters each face their own trial, and at some point throughout the poem, they each attempt to communicate with one another, but their own problems inhibit them from communication. When they try to reach out, it is either to receive help, as the woman did when she tries to stand near the man who was on fire to try to melt the icicles that had formed on her eyelashes and on her nostrils, or it is to give help, such as when the same freezing woman tries to stop her teeth from chattering long enough to say something to the woman who is drowning. Each of these attempts to connect with another is not fulfilled due to the woman grappling with her own concerns. She can't move or take action with blocks of ice on her feet. She can't say something to the drowning woman because her teeth won't stop chattering. The ice on the woman's feet and her chattering teeth symbolize her own personal struggle, which weighs her down and prevents her from reaching out to others. In reality, people face their own trials daily without the knowledge of others, even in mundane times and places, such as a bus stop on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. As a well-known phrase puts it, they suffer in silence. Similar to the man on fire, people try to hide their struggles from the world. The man seems to be successful at suppressing his troubles until the fire starts peeking out from beneath his collar and cuffs, suggesting the inevitability of personal worries being exposed. When individuals are open with their personal trials, they share their burden with others. This idea is shown when the bus driver doesn't notice the people who didn't pay because he is tortured by visions and is wondering if the man who got off at the last stop was really being mauled to death by wild dogs.